Well, Doug, Ohio State making it official just a few moments ago. Marvin Harrison Jr. will not play in the game. Also not playing, linebacker Tommy Eichenberg. Dave, let's start with Marvin. He has never really said anything, but ever since the loss to Michigan, he has not practiced in any of the practices from what we understand. Really, should we be surprised?
No, not at all. Anytime your bull practice consists of riding a bicycle that doesn't go anywhere, we assume Marvin wouldn't play in this game. And really, I remember talking to Marvin moments after the loss to Michigan. He sat on the field right after the final play, couldn't move for about a minute and a half. And I could tell the emotion that day, Dom. I think back then he probably knew once they were knocked out of playoff contention, that could be his final game.
You know, you'd like to see him play. Buckeye Nation would like to see that, but Ohio State has other players like Emeka Egbuka who's going to be playing, or Adam King is in Dallas. And on defense, the Buckeyes will be without their leader, their captain, Tommy Eichenberg. What are you hearing on that situation, Adam?
Well, Tommy's been dealing with injuries pretty much throughout the last month of the season, and now we know that he's not going to play in this game. You may remember he sat out the last home game of the season. He wasn't going to sit out the Michigan game, obviously. Tommy Eichenberg would play through a lot, but just not worth it here today for Tommy Eichenberg. And it gives this linebacker room that has a lot of young talent a chance to really show out in this game. We've talked about this being a precursor to 2024. That's another area where you're going to get to see a guy like C.J. Hicks really step up and hopefully make a name for himself tonight. You can see we're in the hallway here. There's a big crowd of people around. We're all waiting on Ryan Day and the Buckeyes to show up. We're outside their locker room. And we now know, as you said, that when Tommy Eichenberg and Marvin Harrison Jr. get off the bus, it is solely to try and root on their team tonight.
All right, Adam, real quick, who wins? What's your score?
You know, the more that I think about this game is I think it's going to be high scoring. I know this Buckeye defense has played really well. I think they're going to let Devin Brown air it out tonight. I'm looking high 40s. I think a 45-28 kind of game. I think the Buckeyes get it done here at the Cotton Bowl. We'll talk much more about that coming up in sports. Hopefully the team gets here. They're supposed to be here in just a few minutes. So we will have that for you coming up in about 10 minutes down.
Dave, how do you see it? Who wins? Your score?
45-28. Hopefully the bulbs are working to the scoreboard at AT&T Stadium. I'm going to go lower scoring than that. I think 28-24, Ohio State wins. As always, I seem to respect the opponent more than Mr. King and Mr. Taberry. That's par for the course.
Well, no, I do respect Missouri. This is an SEC team, and I have said it, and I'll say it again. I said it in our little video we put on the internet. This is a much better team than people think. I have the Buckeyes winning, though, 38-21, but don't sleep on Missouri. I would feel a lot better if Marvin was out there, but he's not going to be. I'd feel better if Tommy was out there, but we know they're not going to be there. And they recruit very well at Ohio State. Next man up is very much alive. We will have much more on the big game coming up in sports. Doug, back to you.